Welcome back. You're watching SA Today with me, Unathi Bagyashe. More than 2.7 million applications from unemployed youth have been received by the Department of Basic Education for the second phase of its Basic Education Employment Initiative. The applications for phase 2 opened on September 27 and the deadline has been extended to midnight tonight. Now, let's discuss this. We're joined via Zoom by Basic Education Department spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga. Elijah, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. So, your aim was to free up about 287,000, applications for positions for the unemployed youth. You're now sitting with 2.7 million application forms. That probably is a good indicator of just how desperate the youth of this country are to find jobs and find them quickly. Talk to us about what now? What happens come midnight? You've now closed the portal for more applications. What is the plan?
Good afternoon, Unathi. Well, as of Friday afternoon, the number of applications received were 5.5 million. That's why the minister, when she held a media briefing, she indicated that we had that number, 5.5 million applications from a lot of young South Africans who are looking for opportunities. As you indicated, it is definitely an indication of the desperation that is out there from young people with qualifications who are neither in education or training nor employment. And most of them are not receiving any grant whatsoever from the state. So now, after tonight's deadline, we will then move on to the next stage, which is to assess the applications. We have technology that enables us to see who can be shortlisted and who cannot be shortlisted. But with the huge volumes, even if a lot of them qualify, the space is limited to the 287,000 young people. So we will go through the list of all those that have applied and go through to the shortlisting phase, and then those that are successful will be notified.
Now, you talk about, just some of the prerequisites that you need. You need, obviously, these candidates or potential candidates not to be receiving any form of grant. But you're also calling out for those that have disabilities. Now, some of those may already be receiving a grant and could potentially qualify to be part of this cohort of applicants. What happens to them, when they do get a basic grant, but they're also disabled, as an example?
Well, the process will start with those that are not receiving any grant or any funding support from the government, because those are the ones that have not had a single opportunity to receive anything from the state. So we'll then go down from there. If we are able to fill all the posts with those that are not receiving any form of government funding support, we'll then have to close the spaces with that. Unfortunately, it's such a difficult situation because we have a huge demand for a very small number of posts that are available. Well, we say it's a small number, but it's actually 287,000 posts that are available in school. So, unfortunately, we can only accommodate the number as per the spaces that are available, even if others qualify. But here, the system was really designed to try to make good use of the limited resources that we have to ensure that even those that have not received any support of any type whatsoever are able to benefit as well. Because if you are getting something, then please give others an opportunity to also receive something.
Now, you talk about 287,000 being a huge number, not necessarily small, but relative to the 5.5 million applications, it actually does reduce it quite significantly. Now, I know that this process is made possible together with the Basic Education Initiative. You also are using the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative. Now, I want us to focus a little bit on the surplus of those applicants, those that could potentially qualify and will not necessarily make it onto your system. How are these initiatives and these budgets, if I can call it that have set up to say we have a huge problem as it relates to youth unemployment in this country. We are but one department, but we've received potential 5 million, unemployed youth that could immediately go into various sectors of this country, and we do have these initiatives. What then do you do? Have you thought at all ahead of that possibility of having those youth that will be rejected by your system purely because there is no money?
Well, Unathi, you are raising some important issues. The initiative was created by the president himself as part of the economic stimulus to provide relief to South Africans, particularly young South Africans who had to go through added pressure due to COVID-19. So we did a first phase last year, which ended this year. And the benefit of doing this one now in this way with an online-only application system is to make sure that at the end of the process, we have a good quality database of young people who are looking for employment so that they can be redirected to other opportunities that already exist and others that are going to be created. That was the whole idea of doing that. But the objective of this particular initiative is really to provide training opportunities to young people so that at the end of this particular period of this initiative, they have skills which they can go and use elsewhere, either to seek employment opportunities or to create businesses that they and their peers can be engaged in to try and an honest income. So that is what we are going to do. And we believe that with everyone having submitted their accurate documents and information which has now gone into this database, it's going to assist the government to create further opportunities, work with industries, and channel some of these young people to different sectors where they can get employment opportunities and further training for further opportunities going forward.
Now, we know that this is your second phase. Talk to me about the first phase and what has happened to, those applicants. How far is the process? Have they been trained? Have any of them secured permanent positions within the department or other departments within government? And also, just at the back of that, talk to me about the next 4 months for the second entrance.
Okay, in the first phase, a lot of them, well, maybe a good number of them were absorbed into schools because they brought qualifications in teaching and they showed commitment and dedication during their period of service, and schools were impressed with the work that they did. So they were taken to work permanently in those schools. Others were employed via the school governing body a forum where they are also able to employ teachers to add to the number of teachers that they would already have in a school. Others also got employment to work in the schools as general assistants, doing other work that's not necessarily related to what takes place inside the classroom in terms of curriculum support. So those opportunities came through sheer determination and the commitment by the young people who were given their first opportunity to do some work in a formal environment where training opportunities were also available. So we urge those that are participating in the second phase to do the same, because there are opportunities there. The schools have said that they actually need the additional personnel to provide support to teachers, to provide support to the school in general, to make sure that inside the classroom, learners are supported, teachers are assisted as well, but also for the school in general to be in a good physical shape so that learners are able to learn without any challenges. So for the next period, from the 1st of November, we place them, put them through training in November and December to get them ready for work starting when schools open in January of 2022. And until the 5 months has been completed, they will be placed in these schools where they will be working and earning a stipend of about 3,800 Rand every month, which we believe will assist them. And based on the feedback from the first phase, that stipend was helpful in providing relief to many families where there was no income of any type. So we believe it's an initiative that should be there, that should be supported. And those that are successful, we hope that they will do the best that they can. Those that are not successful, the government will continue to explore other ways of assisting them.
Elijah Mhlanga, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. That is the spokesperson of the Basic Education Department. 5.5 million applicants received. Unfortunately, the department can only take 287,000 successful candidates.